afternoon on this snowy April day. We're going to take the time today to kind of go over some things with you, maybe for some of the lessons, some of the activities that we've been having you do for online learning. Today, we're going to start by introducing ourselves. I'm Mrs. Elston. You've probably seen my face on things, but I wanted to take the time to introduce myself again.
I'm Miss Mello. I'm a student teacher through Defiance College, and I've been working with the students this semester.
We're going to miss Miss Mello next year. I am Mrs. Slagle. I teach intervention, so I work with both Mrs. Hauk in math and Mrs. Elston in language arts.
And I am Mrs. Hauk. I do the math portion. So I will be walking you through some of the craziness and hopefully answering some of your questions.
I guess I should have told you guys what I teach. I teach language arts. So together in some capacity, the four of us have been working together this year. So I'm going to start by going over how to actually access assignments for the week. We've had a couple parents email us, not sure maybe how to find assignments. So I'm going to start with that today for you. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up a browser and go to Bryan City Schools website. Under the student tab that you'll see right here, you're going to click on that, and it's the very first tab that says remote learning. You'll see all of the grades, preschool to 5th grade. So if you have another student that is in a different grade, you'll access their assignments the same way. So I'm going to click on 2nd grade just because that's what we are and to show you what that looks like. One thing that you will notice is that as the weeks go on, if you were to scroll down, the assignments are just going to keep collecting there. So you want to find the one that has the week that you're currently on. So this is the week of the 13th through the 17th. Today is Friday. I would find Friday and then see there's a language arts assignment and then there's a math assignment. These plans will be similar to this every single week that we have it. So if you have any questions on that, we've also put some links in that if you click on it will take you directly to where you need to go. So I'm going to close this tab. And one of the assignments this week that I've had a couple questions about is accelerated reader. 2 ways that you can get to that. The first way I think is a little bit easier without going into your Clever portal is we're going to go back to the student tab again. And underneath the remote learning, it says AR star. And I had shared this in one of my videos previously, but I'm going to share this again with you. The student will click student, and they'll simply log in with their lunch number and then their tech password. If you need their tech password, go ahead and contact one of us. The other way that you can log in to Accelerated Reader to take an AR quiz is by going through the student's Clever portal. This is where all their other assignments will be for the week as well. Mrs. Hauk and Mrs. Slagle and Miss Mello will also be using this today to show you some things that we're going to be doing as well. Make sure that it's very, very important for all of these things that you click on log in with Google. If their account is listed there, go ahead and click on it. If it's not, just remember use another account with 30, their first initial, last name at bryanschools.net, and then it may or may not ask you to log in with their tech password again. And then the other way to get to AR is this R, Renaissance Place. You may or may not get a message. If you get a message, go ahead and click it, and then it will ask you to log in again. That's why I think the other way of logging in, just going under the student tab, is a lot more easy to do for students. I'm going to go ahead and let Mrs. Hauk now talk a little bit about the math assignments for the week.
All right. I'm going to go over extra math. I have noticed that a lot more of you have gotten logged into that. So what you can do is let me flip it around. Cancel. Hold on. Let me figure this out. Come on. Okay, has it flipped over yet? All right, here we go. All right, so as Mrs. Elston was saying, you can go into the Clever. So let me get us logged into Clever, and I'm using a student's password that we have. So here's Clever login. As Mrs. Elston said, please, please, please make sure you log in with Google. So I'm going to use another account. I'm going to log in.
Now, Mrs. Hauck, does it save the username and password most of the times if they've used the device once?
If they want to, yes. I did not save them. Okay, Mrs. Elson, real quick, it's at bryanschool.org or .net?
.net.
Is the kids, is it? Okay.
Schools plural. bryanschool.net.
Okay, and I'm going to enter the password. So I am not going to save passwords. Okay, so as you can see, I am logged into Clever under Elijah's. So you can go down here to Extra Math, and this is where I think we are getting a hang up, is if you click sign in here, you need to go to students, and then you need to click the red Google one. Okay, if you go to classroom, that's where the students go when they're in class. But since it's not through their Chromebook, you need to click on students, sign in with Google, and then their account is going to pop up. So that is the Extra Math. When you are in iReady, it's the same thing. When you're in here, you can go to iReady, and they are aware of what their path is. So they're just going to work under their path. Now, one of the things we've also seen is students are logging into Clever, but they have to make sure that they're following the lesson plans that are on the website in iReady and iExcel. These other things, they are more than welcome to use as additional resources, but we really want them to focus that they are completing the lesson plans for the week. So I'm going to turn it over. And is it done sharing my screen? Awesome. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Slagle.
All right, for my portion, we're going to talk about Letterland. That's something that some of the students used this year quite a lot. Some of them just used a little bit, but it is something you all have the option to do. Can you see my screen? Is it going? All right, so through the Clever portal, again, you will want to click on the Letterland icon. And then once you've clicked on the Letterland icon, it'll take you to this page. You're going to scroll down and click Mrs. Slagle. If you notice the other, Mrs. Elston does have a pretty picture, but
Everybody wants to click Mrs. Slagle. That's really important.
yeah,
I don't have any classes under me.
So the 3 second grade teachers that have the Letterland access are lined up right here. So Mrs. Faust, Mrs. Slagle, Mrs. Gofford. So you want to click on me in the middle, Mrs. Slagle, and then you will put in your username and password. I thought I already did this. Hold on. I did. It's over here. Okay. So then once you've logged in, it will look like this. The 2 things that we want you to focus on are the phonics games. Actually, it's kind of similar to iReady. Whoops. Where when you log in, it'll take you through a path where you can start here at the beginning, and there are different little games that'll take you through until you finish on that path. And there are several little worlds that you can go through. Now, if you find that your child is the path that they're on is just much too easy, please let us know. We can bump them ahead a few levels. Some of them are going to start out on level 1. Some of them might be more advanced. So if you feel that whatever level you are on is too easy or too hard, just reach out to, you can just send me an email. You can send Mrs. Elston an email, and we can adjust their levels, either making it harder or making it easier. The other thing in here that your child might enjoy is the readers. We use these readers at school, and there's a bunch of these to choose from. I would suggest starting them down here at the bottom with this green one, level 3, or the orange one, level 4. But each of those have different stories in them that are going to be at a level that they can probably read. And they can just go through and read a story a day. There are 4 stories in each reader. So you can see like this reader here, Carly and the Sharks. Within Carly and the Sharks, there are 4 different stories. So they could go through and read a story each day. They're pretty short. And then you can ask them some questions about it and enjoy that. So those are the 2 areas for the next couple of weeks that we want you to focus on in Letterland, the phonics game and then the phonics readers.
Mrs. Flagel, I might have missed it, but if they had a, how do they find their username and password for that?
Right.
Is it something they would contact?
Now we're going to go next to Miss Mello.
Did you hear your question, Mrs. Elson?
Mrs. Flagel, I had a question for you. How do they get their username and password for Letterland?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I think they're probably going to be asked that. Is that something they would contact us for?
It should. I think from what I've seen that it's your first name with a capital letter and then underscore last name. And then your tech password or your lunch code is the password. If you try to log in and that's not working for you, just shoot us an email and we can look it up and send it to you. But from what I have seen, it's first name underscore last name and then your lunch code.
Okay. I'm going to be talking about a little bit of an additional resource that you can use to, you can watch different videos or take quizzes on it. So Mrs. Elston, if you want to bring up your screen, I can show them. Okay, so you're going to access this through the Clever portal as well. So you just go to Students and Clever Login. And then if you scroll down to where you see Brain Pop Jr. has the robot and the little girl on it, and you click that, it will take you to Brain Pop Jr. And before you can do anything on here, there's 2 options that you have to do. So you can either go to the very top where it says request free access. You can click that and then scroll down to where it says family access and sign up. And then your whole family can access Brain Pop Jr. if you fill out that information and submit that. But you can also go to the top right and log in. And you want to log in through G Suite, and then you'll use your first initial last name at bryanschools.net and your tech password, and you want to log in through that. And then once you get logged in here, there's all the different subjects you can click, and there's also subtopics through it. So we'll just start, we click science. And then you see there's animals, plants, conservation, land, but we're going to click plants. And then there's even more specific things through it. So we'll click trees. And then you can watch the video. Go through and you watch the video. And then at the end, you could take a quiz. You can make a map. There's a few different activities you can use. There's games, and they have this for every different topic. So then if you want to get back to the page, you go to the left corner and hit Brain Pop Jr., and that will take you to the front page, and you can click a different topic, and that's how you access all of those.
So one thing I forgot to add when I was talking about the lesson plans for the week was BookFlix. Some families have had some issues with logging into BookFlix. I have troubleshooted them. I've got a hold of Mrs. Morris, our tech person, and we've tried to walk the families through it. If you are having issues with that, please, please, please contact us and we will try to figure that out. There have been some cases where the problem, we have not been able to figure it out, and we've just had to kind of work with the student to figure out a different way for them to learn on that app for the week or that assignment for the week. So if something is not working for your family or you need help, please feel free to reach out to us. We have our Facebook page. You can email us. Some of you have our cell phone numbers. You can text us. We will get back with you to help you out with anything that you need help with. That was a lot of information today. Again, the Letterland and the Brain Pop Junior are optional things. They are not assignments for the week. We just wanted to share those with the families, with your families, so in case your student was looking for something different to do. Mrs. Hauk, Mrs. Slagle, Miss Mello, does anybody else have anything else to add? No?
Miss you.
Yeah, we miss you guys a lot. And unfortunately, it doesn't sound like too good of news. I listen to the governor each day, and I try to get some hints about what he's going to say about schools. They've not made an announcement yet, but I'm hoping it's for the better. But at this point, we just don't know, just like you guys. So keep up what you're doing. Keep up the good work at home. And like Mrs. Hauk said, we miss you and hope to see you guys soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.